Und wir greifen jetzt hier unten ein, wenn der Kollege Paulsens steht unten wieder bereit. Es steht die zweite und letzte Entscheidung des Tages am 10. Der Luftfahrtverordnete der Freiheit 1500 er hat sofort darauf aufgenommen, da ist es jetzt okay, die ganze mal von Paul, was aber hier geht.
Let's go, one more. Come on, Dave!
gesehen haben. Western.
1923 from Great.
2024 Monobob. Vielen Dank, wir sind gleich wieder.
Guido, ich bringe dir jetzt gleich 2 Euro hoch. Also, wenn ich es richtig verstanden habe, will wir exponentiell machen. Dass wir sagen, alles, was gesammelt wird, verdoppelt wird, Rotaria, ist ja dann schon mal das Doppelte. Und von den Doppelten, Kollegen haben mir gesagt,
auch eine gemeinsame Vergangenheit im NRW-Lokalfunk. Da gibt es ja keine Berührungsängste. Hatten Sie eine gute Anlage?
Dann hoffe ich, dass wir jetzt gemeinsam starten laufen. Also ich sage mal, Sportaktivitäten zu genauso wie ich, ja. Deswegen bin ich auch hier für die Stimmung zuständig und nicht für den Sport. Und wir dürfen es jetzt einfach nur wir machen eine schöne Herzlichen Willkommen.
Und jetzt sind es noch 5 Minuten bis zum Start. Celebrate with the start in the qualification.
Final heat of the BMW IBSF Men's Skeleton World Championships for 2024 in Winterberg in Germany, and the sun is heading below the yardarm. It is time to decide who wins the medals here in Winterberg. Martin Haven and Mike Rogels watching the action with you as our fastest 25 sleds go in reverse order. The third heat leader will be last off to defend that lead and hopefully for him take the gold. Yinqing of China is not in the battle for gold, but he does lie in third place, but he's got a lot of very closely pursuing athletes behind him.
Yeah, he's been sliding very consistently. Not surprisingly, like he's got a ton of momentum coming into this race, and he's just been executing.
Yeah, won the last 2 World Cup encounters. Matt Weston, the reigning world champion. No British slider has defended a world title in skeleton successfully yet.
Yeah, last year he blew away the field. This year he's trying to leave most of the field behind, aside from one guy that he's right neck and neck with.
Yeah. Well, they were just a couple of hundreds apart after the first 2 heats. but Christopher Groothair with a brand new track record opened up that advantage. At the end of the third heat, he has a slender lead, but it is growing. 15 hundredths of an advantage. He's on German equipment on a German track. He knows this place well. Is this the day where he takes his third World Championships in 5 years? So he's a double world champion and the Olympic champion. Matt Weston took it last year. Groothair, a disappointing 10th in St. Moritz, back to his very best. And behind Yin Cheng, it's anybody's guess who's going to move up and down.
Yeah, no, I actually am just looking here. Christopher, he's been driving his way out of like 13th and 12th place start times.
Yep.
Wow.
As always he does, and that's the German way. You don't have to start well, except in team selections. And yeah, you don't get medals for starting. You might get, you know, a bit of cheese or a little plaque or something for having the fastest start of the competition. But the medals, they come from being first at the line, not the start line. So,
yeah, absolutely.
There's China's Yin Cheng. Axel Jung as well. Look out for him now. He is coming on after a really disappointing first run. After the first heat, he looked like he was quite happy to go home. I don't think he's in that frame of mind now. I think he fancies a medal. He is tied for 4th place with Great Britain's Marcus Wyatt, and they are within 14 hundredths of the medals. I think there's a very substantial possibility of 2 Germans on the podium.
Oh yeah, always a possibility here.
Well, especially here.
Especially here. But
and they're the 2 most experienced sliders as well. They are both in their 8th World Championships. Nobody else is really that close in the front-running field. I mean, Matt Weston is only in his 4th Worlds, and even that is a degree of experience that about half the field don't have. So
they have literally double.
Yeah,
so.
and so they're used to that. They're used to that pressure. I mean, Chris was saying last night, you know, I've been in this situation before with a few hundreds. You know, I'm okay with it. I'm really okay with it.
I can't imagine being comfortable in that situation. Guy's tough.
I guess he is. He's showing them, come and get me. To get us underway, Spain's Adrian Rodriguez made the cut overnight and stayed in the top 25. He'll be competing with Ana Torres-Quevedo in the women in the team competition.
Skiddy. So first run today, he looked a little bit anxious on the sled. He was kind of forcing things. Just didn't look comfortable. This run so far, it looks more comfortable so far. He's a little skiddier from 0 to 1. And there's the shoulders up there.
Yeah, the elbow's always out, shoulders always up.
Yeah, not always. Like it's on and off with him sometimes. It's just he's really trying to have the perfect lines, and you got to accept a little bit more, man.
Well, again, that comes with experience, doesn't it? You know,
absolutely.
Your coach teaches you the line and you try and be on it, but sometimes you have to busk it a little bit. This sport is quarterback scramble of ice sliding. You know, if you get it wrong, you've got to be able to deal with it and move on.
Yes, 100%.
127 at the bottom. We'll see 130 from the faster sleds, but that is his fastest run of the competition. So
nice, good run.
I mean, the weather's got better, the track's got quicker, and there's an indication. His last one, 57.19, was about an hour and a quarter ago, and that is a 56.91, so another quarter of a second faster nearly.
There you go.
So track record, here we go, I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, the sun's going down, things are getting a little bit, even with this big skid, he still was faster.
Yeah.
He just needs some more experience, and see good things in his future.
There's only one way to get it, and that's to slide ice.
Absolutely.
Vamos España, vamos!
And live on La Liga in Spain, so he's got a good audience back home as well. And, you know, who knows? Watching this sport on TV is the biggest recruiting tool every team has. Next up, Blake NZ for Canada, 24th spot. 4.1 seconds off the lead, so unless he has an absolute disaster, Adrian Fernandez duration in the leader's box will be about another 55 seconds.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the headshot's a reference to Zoolander. It's fantastic, Blake. Whatever you did there was awesome. He's been struggling, not struggling in like dramatic lines or anything. He's just been struggling to find the speed this week.
Just 22 years of age, you know, still fairly inexperienced on these European tracks. He's only been here 3 times, I think, previously. Whereas Groothair's probably done more runs pre-season this year than Blake has in his entire career.
Yes.
97 kilometers an hour, and that's and that is the level fact of it. The Germans will have done absolutely more non-competition runs here than anybody's ever done.
Yeah, there's a good chance that. Whoa, that's a late entrance of 11. He's coming. Whoa. Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, so the ice is looking pretty slick.
Yeah, and that's the deal now. You know, you start off slow, and corner 2, corner 3, corner 4, they're probably not warning you how much quicker it's going to be.
No.
56.47, well, that's not a huge amount quicker than his 56.53 previous run today. But when they were coming down in 59s and 58s yesterday, it's still a whole different environment.
It's a whole new thing. It's, a bit high here on the exit, and so he just dropped down, had a little bit of skid, and then it just, he's skidding going late, and that's why he's already falling when he comes into frame.
And now, you don't want Blake Hensey shoulder charging your woodwork. Luckily, the roof survived.
Yeah.
Because he's a big unit.
Yeah.
Dad's here in the crowd as well to watch the action. Well, his best World Championship result was last year on his debut, 23rd. He's 24th at the moment, or second at the moment, but 24th after 3 heats. Or leading at the moment, let's say. Livio Sommermatter now for Switzerland. This is one of our debutantes. Youth Olympic bronze medalist in St. Moritz 2020.
Yeah, he's really been throwing down those starts this week.
Just outside the top 10 in starts, and another 492. That's a really excellent getaway.
Super consistent.
Yep.
Right around that 90, 91, 92.
And a good glider as well, and that's really helping him on this track. He's got good form. He and Van Sandsboof will come up in a few more sleds time, looking smooth and relaxed.
The Swiss have got some gliding talent coming up.
Yeah.
A little bit late to 5 maybe, but he's on Schneider's, and they seem to have been liking that this week. A little bit of a skid on the entrance to Kreisel.
Top speed, 94.4, half a kilometre an hour more quicker than Blake Hensey.
Again, a little early to 9, but let's see how he handles things.
Again.
Nice, easy peasy.
A kilometre an hour quicker than Blake Hensey at that stage. Big skids down here. Having to work hard. Still top speed and still a kilometre an hour quicker. In fact, 1.6 Ks up, 55.93.
Yeah, he grabbed a toe steer in the middle of 14. He must have thought he was about to go for a ride. Nice, good for him. Yeah, he looks happy with that.
Yeah, nearly 3 tenths quicker than he came down the last time. So he's gone from a 58.99 to a 55.93 in 4 heats. That's how different the track is.
That's anything under 56. It's insane.
And there you are. Look, I mean, what's he come? He's come down 55.9. The track record up until the beginning of this heat was a 55.5. He's in his first Worlds. He's got a handful of races here, and he's 4 tenths off the track record.
Yeah, he was just a little bit loose here and there, as you saw in that replay. Like at the top, most of his issues were at the top, and he just built speed from there. So,
yeah.
Well done.
All right, Livio Sommermatter enjoying life. So too Colin Freeling, second World Championships for him, made his debut in St. Moritz last year. Season interrupted by a burst appendix after that plan, so he's missed 1 race weekend and a couple of weeks of training and fitness, and probably struggling still a little bit with that. James Howard, the British coach, helping with the sled. He works with Team GB, that's where he's getting his knowledge from.
That looked like a little bit of rough load, but he's handling it just fine. A bit of a skid into 0. 0 seemed to settle him, so he's straight, but I would, early out of 1, so he tapped the wall before 2. He's got some waves.
He was starting in the 20s yesterday, a 12 and a 15 today.
Yep, something worked a little bit better in terms of his training today.
Yeah. Maybe it's easier to warm up when it's not absolutely soaking you to the skin.
Yeah, that does help.
Second best speed, but he is losing ground to Livio Sommermatter.
Yeah, that's fighting quite hard out of 8, tapping before 9.
He was 200s ahead of the Swiss before the start of this run, and right now he's half a second back.
Yeah, he's. Speed here. Top speed into 14, but...
Well, there you go, 130.6. It's almost as quick as we saw from anybody in the first heat.
Yeah.
Or in the third heat, 56.44.
He was pretty efficient from 11 to 14. So I think that's probably where that top speed came from.
Yeah, well, that's actually 1,100 slower than his previous run today. There's Martin Stukurz.
Yeah, that's just the issues that he had at the top of the track.
Yeah. Martin's the most successful World Championship slider in men's skeleton history.
So in the last run, I mentioned that sometimes it's kind of better to actually hit the wall before 9 instead of just being a little too early, and that's a situation.
Yeah.
That, like, you can see it, and he's a little bit free in 11, but that's fine. It still goes fast.
All right. Saw his dad earlier. I'm sure his mum's here as well, watching the action. Dan Barefoot next for the USA. How far out of the top 20 was he? That much.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100. That much. You can't see it because it's so small.
Yeah.
100th of a second out of a top 20 finish in his second World Champs. He finished 26th in Samoritz last year, so 21st after 3 heats, and in effectively a dead heat for 20th.
Last run had a little bit of drama in it for Dan. Whoa.
We're going in a little
Groove
left.
Pulling, yeah. Groove was pulling to sliders right, but he did a good job fixing it, getting things under control. Kind of a little bit late into 2. It's going to be struggling for speed here, I would expect.
Some way off his previous starts. He's had a 5.0, a 5.01, and a 5.02. That was a 5.09.
I can understand that given the way his 14 went last run.
Yeah.
He probably got worked on by the physio.
Yeah.
Yeah, the speed's just not quite in it.
2700s up to 800s up over Livio Sumamata. He had 4100s in, 4400s in hand, 500s.
Now is it going late into 11? He's going to have a little bit of height there. Does a good job handling it.
Going to be very close. He's just behind at the line. I think Livio Sumamata is going to hold on.
Here we go again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Livio Sumamata picks off 2, 56.45 for Dan Barefoot.
Oh.
Yeah, he is going to be feeling the pain. He needs to get down to the Blackwater pub and get some pain relief.
Yeah.
Oh. I tell you what, I wouldn't be walking for days.
Yeah, so the thing is, after you've rolled 14, the next run, it's easy to kind of overreact. So I'm glad he didn't do it again, but it was kind of close.
Yeah. Oh, well, he still gets that massive twist, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's rough.
So Fiesta's our photographer right down there. But he slips one, so it's unlikely to be a top 20 run. Livio Sumamata leads after the first 5 sleds. Frenchman Luca Defaye, 20th place into the final heat of the Men's Skeleton World Championships, with bobsleigh legend Max Robert holding the sled for him. 4500ths of a second in hand over Switzerland's Livio Sumamata, our current leader.
Yeah, Luca's he's been sliding, I think, pretty well. He's been a little bit struggling from 0 to 1.
Fastest start of his competition so far.
He's a pretty fearless guy. He's usually willing to try some lines. That doesn't necessarily get rewarded on this track. He's looking pretty okay here.
3200s up, outstarted Sumamata. No, Sumamata outstarted him by 800s.
Yeah.
Still 3200s up, and better speed than anyone. So that is tied for the fastest speed with the current leader, Livio Sumamata.
Just kind of fighting to get away from that wall from 8 to 9. And then you see him out of 9, fighting to try and get over to 11. Cutting ice, he doesn't necessarily need to, but he's running away right now.
Got enough in hand, and best speed.
Tough speed.
Across the line, seals himself into the top 20, 56.01. He is our leader with 19 to go.
Yeah, nice and smooth in 14.
3,500s quicker than his previous run, off his fastest start of the competition.
Yeah, that's a good way to finish out.
Yes, it is. Absolutely knocked that one out of the park and guarantees himself a top 20. Where did he finish? 28th last year in Samoritz on his World Championship debut.
Moving up. Just keep moving up, and eventually you run out of places to move up to.
Well, if he takes that many spots out, then he'll be top 12 next year, and suddenly then everything is possible. Of course, the closer he gets to the top, the harder it is to overhaul all those other guys.
I mean, look at the 2 guys that we have out.
Yeah.
Almost a second in front. Yeah.
Again, does look like he should be a Ferrari Formula One driver.
I mean,
maybe in the future.
He's fearless. He's got kind of a smaller build, so he's, you know.
He's got that charisma.
Somebody get him a car.
Alex Schlintner ain't going to fit in a Formula One car. Not in this lifetime, anyway. Meanwhile, here he is, 19th place, 700ths of a second in hand over Luca Di Faye for the Austrian. Starts a whisker quicker, 100th or 2 in every start, quicker than his close rival, who is the current leader.
And he, yeah.
Does again, time 5 dead, so.
Yeah, these guys are right on top of each other.
Yep. So the gap remains the same, 700ths.
I like that entrance at 2. I don't know. Again, I'm not very versed in Schneiders, so like it is. Looks like he's fidgeting around in the straightaways. That's not necessarily slow here, as we've seen in the past. He doesn't have the speed.
Very distinctive noise, the Schneider sled. Third best speed. It's not woeful.
No.
It's only 0.4 of a kilometre an hour off the fastest, but the gap's down to 200ths over Luca Di Faye.
Accelerate here.
Luke was absolutely fastest of all in 14.
No.
He hasn't got it. Now, how far back does he drop? Only 1400s back, but Di Faye moves up a spot. So again, 28th last year to no worse than 19th now for the Frenchman.
Again, he just wasn't comfortable. He was trying to adjust every line at the top of the track. So I mean, which makes sense. Like you want to hit the entrances you want to hit. But it's just like you see him just right there, just shying away and then shying towards the curve, which means one of those was too much.
Yeah, and that's that's what you learn, I think, with experience, isn't it? Is how much how little you can steer.
Exactly.
Not how much.
You are correct. It's you learn not to overdrive.
20th last year in St. Moritz on his debut. He will be no worse than 20th here. But it is still Lucas Di Faye, the leader, as we get to Rasmus Johansson. Again, you can see the gap on the right there, 7500ths of a second, 3/4 of a second.
There's quite a gap to the next group.
Yeah, I mean, we do make it sound like a lifetime, but it's not even a second. We're still talking tiny amounts of time, and you can give that away with 2 or 3 big skids.
Yeah, you can give that away by the entrance of 1 if you wanted to.
If you were me, yes.
Yeah. This is
okay. Good start again. 498. That's his
good,
fastest.
pretty low drama.
We started 5:10 in the first run today.
Whoa! He had quite the large wave on the first pressure curve too.
Pays for it on the exit.
It's a little bit loose between 3 and 4, and then 4 or 5 looks pretty okay. He's looking like he's steering pretty hard on the second pressure of 5. His speed is good, though.
The orange soles on his shoes allow you to really track his leg movements easily. You can see a lot going on.
Yeah, that was a pretty good toe to make sure he didn't get bumped too far away from the entrance of curve 9 there.
Building his lead was out to 9/10, now back down
top
to
speed.
86, but
this is a good run.
Yeah, tying Di Faye for top speed, 8400s, 55.92.
Yeah, I mean, great entrance at 2. I think maybe his sled likes slightly bigger waves. He really threw down on that run.
Well, 55.92 now makes his the fastest run down. Livio Sumamata, 55.93, second quickest so far.
He is very excited.
And so he should be. It's the World Championships.
Absolutely.
And he's just stoked a great run. 21st.
Okay, so he almost broke a skid there, and he just used body English to keep it straight and get his entrance of 5. Yeah.
21st in St. Moritz. He will be no worse than 18th here.
So it was good reactions to things. That's why he was moving around. So it wasn't him overreacting. He was reacting appropriately. That was great.
Big thanks to the Germans for helping him out so much. Now then, Kim Ji-soo of Korea, 17th place after 3 heats, 500ths of a second ahead of Rasmus Johansson. And that means he's got to really produce the goods here.
You got to throw down after the guy ahead of you did.
Yep.
So many toes. Tap dancing on his way into 0.
Well, starts absolutely stonking
entrance.
start. 478. That's two
like that
tenths he
entrance
added
too.
to his advantage.
Bit wavy. But again, last one was wavy and it was fast, so I don't know what I'm talking about. This is looking pretty good. Yeah.
Well, as the track's getting colder and the ice is getting harder, are you getting away with more skids than we would have seen yesterday?
You would think so. Oh, yeah, definitely compared to yesterday.
Yeah.
But his speed was a little bit lower than I would. Yep. Okay. You can see the speed drop away.
He's gone from 2,500s up to 1,300s up. He's going down to Rasmus Johansson right now. Ooh, big skids.
Rasmus is in the lead.
Oh, yes, he is. An 8 best speed.
You can't drop.
2.5 kilometers an hour too slow. 56.10. He's dropped a spot. There you saw two-time silver medalist Alexander Gassner in the World Championships. He was the silver medalist in both worlds in Altenburg, the 2021 and the 2021 and the 2021 one.
That's a mouthful.
That was a sentence I should have abandoned halfway through.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of those already. Don't worry about it. So just he's just rough. It's like his whole week. He got really high here at the end of 9, as you're about to see. It feels worse than it looks. That's a moment where you're like, oh, like your instincts tell you you're about to flip.
Gassner knows how to get medals and speed on this track, and unfortunately, something in the setup has not allowed the Koreans to pursue that.
Gassner was always on a FES sled, and the Koreans are on Schneider's. So there could just be a little bit of adjustment period for him, possibly.
Yep. Next up, Vincent Boeuf starts in the mid-20s, 22, 24th best starts. Drives anywhere between 18th and 9th fastest down the track, depending on the weather.
Gliding like a maniac.
Yep.
This is good. I like that entrance of 2.
And the difference between those first 2 heats, 18th when it was wet and he started late, and 3rd fastest when it was wet and he started early. Had the least worst of the ice and used it to his advantage.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of skidding issues. Like 3-4, he's got the top speed. Never mind, just forget what I said. He's just probably riding equipment right on the edge of what the conditions will allow. So, got top speed again.
Nice into 9, but he's handling it well.
See if he can reel in Rasmus.
Middle of 2 of 3 sliding brothers.
We're going to see. Depends on who has the better line in 14.
Yeah, better speed and across the line.
Dead heat.
No one has the advantage. That's what we like. That's the first one in this
Rasmus
final
was
heat.
just smoother in 14, and that's the difference.
Rasmus was 600s quicker, but he was 600s in front after 3 heats.
Well, that'll do it,
So there you go, So Vincent, his older brother Jean-Jacques, slid in the World Championships last year for Liechtenstein, and there is a 3rd Boeuf. Not sure if his hair game is quite as strong, mind.
I don't see how it could be.
So tied for the lead with 15 to go. Vincent was 24th in Samoritz, will be no worse than 16th. And Rasmus Johansson also on target for a PB by a country mile. Final 15 sleds, and we get to the battle of the Koreans, because Jung Seung-gui in 15th place, the bronze medalist in Samoritz in the Worlds last year, trying to hang on in the top 15.
This guy can push a sled.
Yes, he can, but apparently doesn't know how to get the speed out of it after he's got onto it. 481 start.
Okay, that was a better entrance of 0 than he's had.
But he had a long steer to straighten it out.
Yeah, he had quite the skid between 0 and 1. Looking pretty smooth so far, other than that skid from 0 to 1.
Right, he started 2600s and quicker than Vincent Boeuf, and 1900s quicker than Rasmus Johansson, but he's barely building his advantage.
Second speed. I mean, with that start, if he can just have like top 5 speed everywhere, he'll. It's starting to look a little bit hesitant, but he's got 3300s.
This is how all his runs have gone. They've got slower and slower the further he's gone from the block. He's still got enough, holding on to 3300s. He will take the lead. He will be no worse than 15th. But there you go. Our joint leaders leave the leaders box. 55.9. Well, listen, after a medal last year in St. Moritz, I'm sure that Jeff Payne was really hoping, like Jung will have been, for something more. He's been a race winner this season.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just don't gel with the track.
Yep.
He's just got that absolute monster of a start.
He's only ever had one top 10 finish in World Cup races here. His best result in a race is 9th, so he's not actually that far off par for him. It clearly just does not suit.
Yeah, so he just struggles with the track. I don't know. Everybody's got that track that that gets under your skin, and honestly, Winterberg's that track for a lot of people. Now that think about it.
There's that too. Okay, so 14 to go now. We get to Italy's Mattia Gaspari. So Mattia starting 24th, 22nd fastest, and driving down 14th, 16th, 10th quickest in the second heat. He's a very good glider. And in the style of many German sliders, comfortably outdrives his getaway.
Yes, and then some. Like he's usually a masterclass in sliding. A little bit of skid there, but he gets it under control. This is all so far looking like it's within tolerances, but you know, we'll see how things go.
But 3/10 back already.
Yeah. It's a little bit early to 5 on his sled.
Yeah, Jung started
early to 6, but
3/10 quicker.
Yeah, okay.
6 best speed, not great.
No, he's been having to work too hard for his lines.
Yeah.
He's been, a little bit of a skid between, top speed. Okay, I'm an idiot.
Okay, now then, we've got a tie for second, so he'll be second or fourth. Or possibly, is he going to grab the lead from Jung?
It's close.
He's got the best speed. No, 200.
He just had a monster of a Kreisel. I don't know where that speed came from, and I'm going to have to watch that video 4 more times.
You learn something every run, never mind every day in this business. 200's back.
There it is, the Bowies.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. I can be happy with that. Yeah.
All right. We don't get to see the Kreisel here, but we do get to see relaxation personified.
Yeah,
that's where he builds the speed.
Yeah, you have to let 11 be high.
Yeah.
To have high top speeds at the bottom. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It doesn't look pretty, but it gets the job done.
He'll be no worse than 15th. Next up, Yang Wengang of China, 6th place in last year's Worlds, Olympic bronze medalist in 2022. Best result on this track, a 5th place finish in last year's World Cup. That was won by Christopher Groothair from Axel Jung and Matt Weston.
8th, 22nd, and 8th.
Yeah.
Look at that split.
Yeah. Well, when he gets good ice, he's good. When he gets bad ice, he can't make much of it.
Yeah.
And that's true of most. I think 493.
That's a pretty
start.
zero. A little early to curve 1. But although, that early into 1 makes, it taps the wall before 2. Taps the wall and the exit at 2.
Yeah.
Let's see how he holds up. He's fighting a little bit of a skid maybe from 4 to 5. This looks pretty smooth. It doesn't have the top speed, but that makes sense given the entrance of 2 and exit.
All right, gap is still 4/10.
Yep,
now
there's top speed.
5/10. This is a much better looking
Yeah, this is it's pretty tidy.
Yeah.
Without that issue in 2, like I could see him hunting down a bunch of sleds. Wow, to 6/10. 132.
Wow, good speed. Track is definitely quicker than it was earlier on. Sun has gone now. It is getting dark outside. Lights just came on outside our commentary box. So 55.59, 4/10 quicker than we've seen from Mattia Gaspari just now. And
it's a good slide.
Yeah, fastest of the heat so far.
Had some good height there in 9 at the right of the spot where you want it in order to accelerate. He maybe drops out a little bit and it's a little bit high at the end. But he had the height in a good spot in 9 to really dive out and build some speed into the bottom of the track. And again, you get high in 11 if you want to fly. Like if you want to go fast, you get high in 11.
Height if you want to go faster. Famous fairground expression. Next up, into the top 12 with Austria's Sami Meyer. Now, talking about vulnerability, Jan Wengang just laid down an absolute smoker and was only 700s behind the Austrian after 3 heats. So again, piles the pressure on Meyer. Now, you don't watch the run of the slider in front of you. You might hear from crowd reaction that it was good, bad, or indifferent, but either way, you're focused on what you want to do. And again, much like Jan,
it's the opposite.
Yeah, when they had poor ice, not great.
Yeah, a little bit. A couple adjustments there between 0 and 1. Pretty good entrance at 2. Maybe just a touch wavy. But he is an excellent glider, so we will see how things progress.
Needs to build
a little too early to 5.
Speed at the bottom to save his position.
A little early to 6. Sled wants to go somewhere up. Top speed.
Stop the stop the bleeding. Here we go. Ooh, a little wobble on the exit.
A little bit of a skid. Yeah, okay. A little bit of skid into 9. You saw his shoulder up there. He was really trying to drive over to an early entrance of 11.
Gap's extending. He's not going to get to Jan Wengang.
Whoa,
it's going to be uncomfortable on the exit.
Yep.
It's very uncomfortable on the exit.
Yeah, he was doing well until Kreisel, and then he just kind of started fighting it instead of helping it at the bottom, I guess is a way to phrase it. Like he just wasn't allowing the sled to build the speed at the bottom of the track. He did well up to that point.
Jan Wengang will be no worse than 12th. Sami Meyer, his best World Championship performance has been an 11th place finish in Altenburg 21.
Oh, that 14.
Wow.
You can feel the waves, and you know it's not going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's not going to be awesome. Which is
I'm surprised he pulled his arm out there.
You know it's going to hurt.
God, man, that just makes me so nervous. You can break a wrist pulling your arm out like that.
No, that's exactly my thought on that replay.
Yeah. Oh, geez, just keep your hands on your sled. It's better.
Yeah, but your brain is going, save your head.
Yeah. I get
okay. Closing in on the top 10, Austin Florian in the USA, 700s out of a 10th place finish after 3 heats. He was overhauled in the last run by a couple of sliders. Let's see if he can drive his way into a top 10 finish.
Whoa. Okay. Let's see how he's looking. A little bit of a skid in the second half of the 0-1 straightaway.
4.80 start, second fastest so far. He's been starting so well, sliding so well this season. This is actually
absolutely
off form for Austin Florian.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting better at gliding. He's always been an amazing driver on any track where you can kind of throw the sled around a little bit. Subtle tracks have been eluding him, but he's getting better. So this is pretty well taken. Speed's not there.
Yeah. Next year's Worlds in Lake Placid will
he's
feel
gonna
very
be
much more his game.
He's going to be a threat.
He is 100%. Going to be a real threat. Into the green, 1900s up still. And across the line, just enough to stay in front of Jan Wengang. Is that enough to overhaul Chen Wenhao? It might be. The gap was tiny, only 500, so Chen has to go quicker again. 55.68, second fastest trip down today. In fact, in the entire competition, because these are the fastest runs.
Yeah, I mean, he's no slouch.
Yeah.
I was being a little bit picky before, but he's really coming along. For the next Olympics and for next year in Lake Placid, he's going to be a threat.
Definitely.
Let's move up some, all right?
Well, he looks a lot happier after the 4th run than he did after the 1st, that's for sure. Austin Florian leads. We've got 10 to go. And the American on top of the pile after our first 15 sliders. I'm just saying now, I love racing in evening. We used to do a lot of evening races in the early days here in Winterberg, like Thursday evening or Friday evening, so
something
people
magical.
come and watch.
It's something magical of just like seeing the track lit up, and it just looks like some kind of a monster laying across the mountainside. It's it's awesome. I've always loved sliding at night.
All sorts of friends. I mean, Calgary was great for that.
Oh, Calgary was
the city
amazing.
glimmering in the heat waves down below.
Absolutely.
And the -20 in the Arctic blast up the hill. It was romantic, but only if you're watching it on television.
In hindsight,
it is beautiful. And look at that.
Awesome.
Is it full? It is full moon tonight. Maybe it is. I was looking earlier and just wondering if it was still waxing or if it was waning.
This is one of those rare, very pretty evenings in Winterberg.
Yeah. It is clear, crisp, and getting colder and faster.
Yeah.
And that's, great for our final sliders because it means they're not going to be really losing out to their rivals.
So rep the sponsors.
One more day of waxing is the answer. 24th of February is full moon.
All right.
According to a well-known online search engine. Well, you see lots of Axel Jung fan club members there.
Got a couple of race bibs.
There you can see the track snaking down the mountain.
Yeah, exactly. Lake Placid is another track that's standing at the top when it's dark out.
Yeah. Real pretty. But there is, we need more night races. I know the crew are going to hate me for saying this, but we need more night races. It allows fans to come out racing at 9 o'clock on Friday. Who's there?
Yeah.
Most people have a genuine job, unlike me. So,
Or me.
I'm lucky to be able to get to come and do these. And even for friends and family, they have to sneak from work and watch their relatives, their kids, their brothers and sisters or whatever sliding. Men's Skeleton World Championships 2024. 10 sleds to go. Current leader, Austin Florin of the USA. 10th placed after 3 heats and just 0.05 of a second advantage. China's top slider today, Chen Wenhao.
Yeah, he's been sliding really well. Like, he's got the start times. He's just sometimes struggles a bit on the way down, but he's really been coming along. He's also a really nice guy to talk to.
Fastest of all in the second heat.
Pretty wavy in 2, though. Let's see how things progress for him. Looks nice from 3 to 4.
Well, he started
early to 5.
Started 500 slower than Austin Florian, so he lost his lead before he'd loaded. Now he's got to drive back into it.
Speed's down.
Florian didn't have the highest speed in the Kreisel.
Yeah, that was probably that entrance of 5 and
500's in it still. It's flip-flopped from green 5 to red 5. Can he bring it back? How close? Could we get another tie? 700's back. And a little rough. He's not making it, is he? Austin Florian's in the top 10. And Chen drops 2, drops behind Yan Wengang. Loses the battle to be the top Chinese slider, and that's probably going to hurt more.
I mean, top relative to his. We got a guy coming
apart
up.
from Yin, who's in third place after 3 heats.
In position for a medal.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, 2 years ago, a day that nobody is going to take away from him, a home Olympics bronze medal. Boy, he was up late by the woodwork there, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's pretty sketchy.
You don't want to crash there. Happens a lot in bobsleds, happens very rarely in skeleton.
Yeah, no, this track is a nightmare for bobsleds.
Yeah.
For skeleton, it's pretty manageable.
All right, so Chen drops 2.
Fantastic sunglasses.
Yeah, just what you need in the in the middle of the night. So 9 to go. Now the gap back to Austin Florian was a little higher, 0.11 of a second from Vladislav Heraskevich, the Ukrainian slider, in uncharted territory in terms of World Championship results. His best result on this track in any race at the senior level is a 15th. His best in World Championship racing anywhere is 13th. He's 9th after 3 heats.
Yeah, he took a couple weeks off to heal up from an injury, from what I understand.
Yes, he did.
And he's coming back swinging. Like, he's been sliding like a madman the last couple days.
And he's just gliding so well. That's what you need here, is to be so zen.
25. It's top speed, a little bit high on the first pressure of Kreisel, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Nice and smooth on the exit.
Lost 2700s at the start to Austin Florian, and he's bringing that gap back.
Trying to reel him in.
Best speed of all at the bottom from Vladislav Heriskevich. Still a lot of ground to cover.
You can easily,
oh my
fast.
Goodness, this is going to be tight to the 100th. Oh, 3 back. Still a personal best result ever in World Championship racing for Vladislav Heriskevich. His previous best, 13th place in Altenburg and St. Moritz. In his 6th Worlds, he will be in the top 10 for the first time. He lies second with 8 to go. Well, disappointed to lose by a couple. But again, we talked about this before, 300s between first and second. The next slider is unlikely to fall between them.
Yeah, a little bit of struggle out of 0, but he does a good job of, like you can see he's still not quite hooked up, like his runners haven't quite hooked up, but he's doing everything he can to keep the sled moving straight.
Well, one of 3 Ukrainian athletes have competed in the World Cup this season. They are building that program. Now then, Felix Kaisinger, 5th World Championships for him. His best result, 4th place in Whistler 2019. Not on a German track.
No,
not in St. Moritz.
That track suits his style.
Yeah.
He is explosive starter, and he's
a bundle of aggression.
Yeah. I mean, that's a kind of a not mean way to say it, but yeah, he on a sled, he's like Austin Florian. He's good, really great at throwing it around. He can glide. Like sometimes he's awesome.
Yeah.
He just doesn't always find it.
Gap's coming down. He was 2900s up on Florian, and that gap has evaporated, but he does have better speed.
Got speed.
In fact, that's as quick as Heriskevich. Vlad was the fastest all the way down.
He was fighting pretty hard in 8 to get his entrance in 9.
Still a little quicker than Austin Florian. I think this is where Felix Kaisinger takes the lead. It is. Now the question is, can he move up a few spots? Across the line, 4 tenths up, 55.59. The track record as of this morning was a 55.50, so now we are really in the quick times again.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
He'll be happy with that. His coaches are clearly happy with it, so.
Well, the new track record is 55.32, but that was still a big run from Kaisi. And is that his best World Championship result? No, 4th place he was in Whistler. I said that, didn't I? So,
I was like, I feel like you said something about that.
I did, yeah.
Both of our memories are...
well, we're focusing on what we're seeing.
Too many numbers.
And trying to digest it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we say he's a bundle of aggression, clearly.
There's the friends and family.
Yeah, no, he's a really nice guy.
Okay, 7 to go. 3 British sliders, 2 German sliders, 1 Italian and 1 Chinese. It's quite a universal mix, isn't it? Some traditional sliding families and some new ones. Let's see what Craig Thompson has got.
Yeah, Craig likes this track. Oh, come on, get it back straight.
Would not come off the wall, and there's the speed gone, and that, I think, is going to cost him...
on the back foot. Yeah. He has to be perfect.
Going to cost him a place to Kaisinger.
Yeah, hopefully only one, but...
4th World Championships for Craig Thompson. He was 100th off bronze in St. Moritz last year, then took a team's bronze medal as compensation.
Yeah, he's just been right at the cusp for a while now.
Yes, he really has.
That's top speed.
Yeah.
He
still finding speed.
Finding some speed going down the track.
He's going to bring it back. Was only 800s back.
That's a bit high there. 700s
back.
It doesn't have the speed coming up 14.
Not going to catch Kaisi, is he? No. 800s back at the line. 55.73. Kaisinger stays in the leader's box with 6 to go.
Just that 0 to 1. It's absolutely gutting because you have so much track left, and you're going so slow then that at that point that you actually have time to think about it.
In the black coat, in the back.
Yeah, I saw him walking around.
Former German coach Jens Müller
Just can't stay away. Him and Wolfram.
Yeah.
They're just keep coming back. Whoa. Yeah, that skid really killed him. Otherwise, his run looked, I thought, pretty good.
Yeah. Well, there's Matt Weston's family. Marcus Wyatt's family are there as well. I'm sure Craig's got friends and family here too. Okay, into what they call in the trade the wider podium, the top 6. You don't get medals, but you do get the recognition of being in the top 6. This is the silver medalist from last year in St. Moritz, Amadeo Bagnis. He has not been as off the pace as every other Italian slider. Part of that is because he starts as quick as anybody in the business, and the other part of it is actually he's found some degree of consistency which none of his teammates did.
I mean, the fact that he does so well in St. Moritz means that he's a glider.
Yeah.
It's just that is a fact. On such a long track, you have to be a great glider in order to survive. So this track does suit his skill set. It's just kind of a short track, and it's kind of funky. Every time you come back, the curves are cut a little bit differently. It's kind of a struggle.
The weather's different, the curve's different, the ice is different, everything's different.
Yeah, that's a big skid going late into Kreisel.
Look what it's done to his speed as well.
Yeah, that's going to take the wind out of his sails.
Only 800s first to second.
That's another skid, and the wheels are kind of coming off.
If he drops behind Kaisinger, he might also drop behind Craig Thompson. He could lose 2 here. Only 300s up, and he's really flopping around at the bottom.
Really going to come down to his line 14.
10th behind at the line. No, he does take second place ahead of Craig Thompson, but Kaisinger is in the top 6. And that looks like redemption to me after the 18th fastest run in the second heat.
Yeah, he's been pulling it back. He kind of dug himself a bit of a hole.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Kaisi and Yan Wen Gang with the equal fastest runs, 55.59 so far.
Yeah.
Again, Amadeo, to see him so relaxed on the sled.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, he's a glider, but he can't have skids.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
It's straight. You actually need to be going straight, not drifting.
No, it's just a bit off. That's... I mean, also Italian.
and a bit of salami.
There you go.
Wasserwurst or something? Nice. All right. Felix Kaisinger leads. 5 to go. Okay, we have a dead heat for 4th. Axel Jung, 2-time World Championship silver medalist, Olympic silver medalist. His 8th World Championships. He's tied to the 100th with Marcus Wyatt, and they're 2600s advantage over his teammate, Felix Kaisinger. 493. All right, this is Jung shooting for the medals.
A little bit early to 1. Pretty low drama in the straightaway, though. You hear the helmet chattering on the ice just a little bit there.
He's never won on this track, but he's had 5 silver medals.
Yeah, he's having to do a bit of body English in every straightaway. Could just be that he's running a pretty aggressive setup, top speed. So, let's see, this is looking pretty smooth.
Silver medalist in 2017 in Koenigsegg. Silver medalist in 2020 in Altenburg. Missed out in 21. Is he going to be back in the medals?
Just looking smooth.
Really big advantage here over Kaisi.
But he's
fastest run of the heat, 55.40.
That's a big run.
Christian Bauder thinks there's a medal in that. He might not be wrong.
Wow. Yeah, that is...
The track record is a 32. He's 800ths off the fastest run of the entire competition. That is the second fastest anybody has come down.
That's a run.
For a man that looked like he wanted to call taxi after the first heat, he was done.
Yeah,
in his head. No, I don't want any more of this.
and then he comes back and...
Well, he's done what veterans do.
Yeah,
he's deleted the first heat from his memory and gone out to try and be better every run.
Supremely relaxed. He has the height in the right spot, and he trusts it. He doesn't fight it. Just tuck in.
And look at the smile. Look at the smile. That was nowhere to be seen after the first heat yesterday.
There's a reason he's got so many fans.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. Again.
Okay, they're all nice guys.
Yeah,
genuinely.
Nice guys.
I mean, we say this all the time.
It's a great group of guys.
Probably are. Okay, so Marcus Wyatt, 5th Worlds for him. His best, a 5th place in St. Moritz. This is personal best territory. And they're 1400s out of the medals. 483, 483. That's a tenth of a second quicker than Axel Jung just started.
Yeah, once upon a time I used to actually be competitive with him, but that's a long time ago. He's just been coming on for years, kind of figuring some stuff out, and
best result on this track, a 4th place World Cup finish. He was 5th as his best result in the World Champs. That was last year in St. Moritz.
Top speed coming into Kreisel. This is looking pretty low drama.
And this is what it needs to be. He needs to be building this advantage. If he can build this advantage at the same rate, it will be a new track record and many, many opportunities to take a medal. He's just losing a little bit of ground, but it could be track record territory. It is track record territory.
Yeah, it was a good run. It was a great run. You gotta give it to him.
55.26. 1400s quicker than Axel. Blew that tie apart. And there's the most successful World Championship winner. There's the most successful man on this track as well, Martins Ducours. He's the coach. There's Craig Thompson. Marcus's mum and dad are in the crowd there. His sister. There you go. There's the fam.
Puts himself in position.
Yeah.
Now let's just see what
oh, well done. They're saying new track record. Well, if that's not a medal, everybody else is going to have to hit it out of the park.
Yeah, that entrance of 9. Just if you get that, hit your like the first steer in that curve.
Shakes his head. Can't believe how fast that felt. Now then,
absolutely.
I said nobody watches the runs, and they don't, but they will have heard. They will have heard, and especially Christopher Grohe, because the commentary is in German. He knows exactly. Matt Weston will know what that means as well. All right, for the medals, 3 to go. This is Yin Cheng, winner of the last 2 World Cup races on the bounce. Can he take his first World Championship medal? 4.80, comfortably his fastest start.
A little bit early to 1. It looks good into 2. So he's put himself in a good position here. Now
1400s advantage after 3 heats. It's out to 1900s now.
Bit of a skid between 3 and 4.
But he needs a track record almost to hold on to position.
A little too early to Kreisel.
All right, but still 3rd best speed.
Big waves. If he can right the ship, you can still see some speed's going away.
For the first ever Chinese World Championship medal, Yin Cheng still a 10th up. 300s.
Yeah,
I think the medal is with Marcus Wyatt. It's going to be close at the line. It is. It is. Where did he find it?
It's got to be just a slightly smoother line in 14. Like I cannot stress enough how much time you can lose in 14 by just being just the tiniest amount offline.
Oh my Lord, Yin Cheng, winner of the last 2 World Cup races, the first Chinese skeleton slider to take a World Championship medal, the first Chinese athlete to take a World Championship medal.
Yeah, so we talk so much about top speeds, but route efficiency is also a thing. If you can take the shortest path, even if you have a slightly lower top speed, you can get to the destination a little bit faster.
Wow.
Or fast enough in this case, not faster, because I don't think, I don't think his time, he dropped back a little bit.
55.39.
Yeah,
but
thank you.
Dirk Matchens, what have you done? Your boy's just won China's first ever World Championship sliding medal, and he leads with 2 to go.
A very successful season for China.
Now, Matt Weston, it's not about the sleds that have just gone, it's about the last man in the dressing room. 1500s back, the defending world champion. 486 getaway, that's right in the frame with where he's been starting.
Looking pretty clean. He was a little bit early to curve 1. Not ideal to 2, but...
He had a couple of errors in the first heat, 4 to 5, and then corner 9, he got nudged away a little. He needs to be at his...
A little bit late into 3, he's going to be
He needs to be his brilliant best.
Just let it go and...
Right, losing ground to Yin though. Third best speed.
Yeah, he's...
This is about trying to beat Christopher Grote here,
Yeah,
the
he's not
track
gonna lose.
record setter.
Exactly, he's not going to lose his
So he's
lead
not going to
here.
use it in, but this
But
is
he-
about
oh,
gold
quite
and
high.
big height.
He's really trying to let it fly.
Yeah, and that's the way these sleds work best. 7,800s up, only the 7th best speed across the line with a 55.37. Well, he opened up another 200s on Yin Cheng. He's in the medals. It will be no worse than silver, but can he be the first British athlete to win back-to-back World Championship gold?
All he could do is put himself in position, and he did that. So, see what happens. See how the cards fall.
Well, Lizzie Arnold won in 2015 here in Winterberg. She had a medal in 2016, but did not take back-to-back victories. Kristen Bromley won in 2008, but did not take back-to-back victories. All right, let's see. A lucky whatever the heck that is. Let's see if it brings him luck. Christopher Grote here, Olympic champion, 2-time world champion. I talked to him last night. I said, look, it's just a breath between you and Matt. How are you with that overnight? He said, I'm okay. I've been in that position before. I'm okay with that. He said, I like the competition, and I think Matt does too. And I think he's absolutely right. But look at his record. Fastest in both first and third heats.
At 4th in the heat with the worst ice.
Well, it's not bad ice now.
No.
It's no worse than anybody else has got.
Ooh, a little bit late to 2.
5th best speed, but he doesn't start as quick as Matt Weston.
No, he builds it going down the track.
700s.
It's a good entrance at 5.
He was so clinical in the first and third runs. He's building the advantage. He's got the best speed. This is what he does so well, what the Germans do so well on this track.
Just with it on every track. This is what they do.
Millimeter perfection and building the speed all the way down.
Yeah,
Top speed
101.
again.
So fast. Got the height, good spot on 11.
This could
12,
be
13's
another
nice
track
and smooth.
record. 55.32 is the track record. It's gold for Grote here, and he takes it with a phenomenal 55.29 run. Well, he doesn't make any mistakes. An astonishing run to gold.
Yeah.
Christopher Grote here.
Man, this guy over the past few years has been an absolute animal.
3 world championships and an Olympic gold in 5 seasons.
And the only guy who broke up his streak is the guy in 2nd place.
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
wow.
300s off the track record set by Marcus Wyatt. So Marcus finishes 4th, in fact, that is his best world championship result, but with a track record. But it is Christopher Grote here. 3 world championships in Germany. He's won 3 world championship golds. Well done, mate, says Matt Weston's dad. Absolutely. He was always going to be tough to beat. Double gold medalist in Altenburg, now wins in Winterberg as well.
It was a pretty slide, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he had to do. It wasn't the fastest, but it was...
It was damn near the fastest.
Yeah.
The man who got the track record, fortunately for Chris, was not the man who was chasing him from 2nd place. In fact, even a 55.26 track record would not have been enough for Matt Weston.
Yeah, that was exactly what he needed to do when he needed to do it.
One of the most quietly spoken men around this whole area. And Christopher Grote here takes the gold. Matt Weston the silver, and Yin Cheng, China's first ever World Championship medal by 100 from the track record holder Marcus Wyatt. Axel Jung in 5th ahead of Felix Kaisinger. That's the rest of the top 10. Well, some highly entertaining slides. We had a tie there from Vincent Booth and Rasmus Johansson as well from 16th place. And there are our remaining sliders in this fourth and final heat. Well, many of them will be back in action for the team competition. One male, one female slider in each of the national teams. We should have a good 15 teams on the line, and that will be tomorrow evening starting at 5 p.m. So another night race for those who love the sexiness of racing at night. Christopher Grote here, the world champion. Matt Weston takes silver, and Yen Chen, China's first world championship medal in ice sliding. And that is it for today for skeleton. We have the team competition on Saturday evening. I'm losing track of the days now. My thanks to Mike Rogels for all his words of wisdom for the last couple of days. Thanks to you for joining us. On behalf of the IBSF TV crew here, I'm Martin Hevin saying we'll see you tomorrow. We get underway with Monobob at 9 a.m. We'll see you then.
¡Vamos España, vamos!
Jetzt haben wir zwei Herren.
Там на забор, где машина.
Ja. Presentation BMW IBSF Skeleton-Weltmeisterschaften, Wettbewerb der Männer. Der dritte Platz, Gewinner der Bronzemedaille. Third place, winner of the bronze medal aus der Volksrepublik China, representing the People's Republic of China, Yin Cheng. Die Blumen werden überreicht von Hendrik Wüst, dem Ministerpräsidenten des Landes Nordrhein-Westfalen. Vielen, vielen Dank nochmal, dass Sie hier sind. Der zweite Platz, Gewinner der Silbermedaille, second place and winner of the silver medal aus Großbritannien, representing Great Britain, Matt Weston! Der erste Platz, Weltmeister 2024, First Place, World Champion 2024 aus Deutschland, representing Germany, Christopher Gatter! Nochmal der donnernde Applaus für unsere drei Medaillengewinner. Christopher Grother, Matt Weston und Yin Cheng. So. Picture all together on the highest step, please. Alle zusammen. Nach oben. Flowers in the air. Ja, haltet sie nach oben. Sieht doch schön aus. Herr Ministerpräsident, darf ich Sie kurz fragen, wie es Ihnen gefallen hat hier an diesem Freitagabend, wo immer noch eine unglaubliche Stimmung bei diesem Wettbewerb war?
Ja, großartig, wirklich großartig. Riesenkompliment, Spitzensport, aber auch eine Riesenleistung hier aller, die hier helfen, dass diese Bahn so gut in Schuss ist und offensichtlich auch sehr, sehr schnell.
Absolut, Bahnrekord und dann wirst du Vierter damit, das ist natürlich auch nochmal so eine Sache. Und man muss sagen, man kann, glaube ich, jetzt auch den BSC Winterberg nochmal explizit erwähnen als ausführender Verein. 180 freiwillige Helfer für diese 2 Wochen Weltmeisterschaft. Ich glaube, da muss ja auch dem Ministerpräsidenten das Herz aufgehen, wie viel Ehrenamt da wirklich geleistet wird.